If you ever had that moment, you walk into a classroom, the test is placed face down on your desk, and suddenly your stomach just flips.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like there's a nervous little squirrel doing gymnastics inside you.
Exactly, that nervous squirrel. Well, if you've ever felt that, you're in the right place, because today we are diving deep into a scientific secret that is designed to make that whole experience, well, a lot less scary.
We're going to pull back the curtain on how tests are actually built. It's a strategy that can totally reframe how you see them.
And our guide for this mission is Lev Neymotin, a PhD from N5 Digital Inc. This whole deep dive is based on his amazing work.
He's the perfect person for this. He took so many tests himself that he used to joke he felt like a walking pencil.
And then he becomes a scientist. And what happens? He has to take even more tests.
Exactly. So he spent so much time in that world that he basically cracked the code. He figured it all out.
So the big promise today is, if you understand how a test is built, it completely changes how you take it.
We are going straight into the mind of the test designer.
Okay, let's start there. Who are these test makers?
Dr. Neymotin says they're basically people who love puzzles so much they'd rearrange their breakfast cereal into equations.
Right. And their goal, it's really important to get this, their goal is not to trick you. It's not to make you feel bad.
So what is their goal then?
It's all about accuracy. They're trying to find the best of the best, or maybe more accurately, just measure where everyone is at. And to do that, they build what he calls a staircase of questions.
The staircase. I love this analogy. It just clicks. If you're building a staircase to see how high people can climb, all the steps can't be the same height, right?
Of course not. If they were all medium difficulty, say, well, you'd get a big clump of people who all stop at the same spot.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between someone who's pretty good and someone who's, exceptional.
You've got it. So they have two really big rules for the staircase.
Okay, what are they?
Rule 1. The first step has to be small. Super easy. So easy that pretty much everyone can get on the staircase. It's the warm-up. Gives you a bit of confidence.
Yep, and it gives them a baseline. But the last step, the one at the very, very top.
That one has to be huge.
A giant leap. So hard that almost nobody can actually reach it. And this is the first big secret. Test makers want at least one question to be basically impossible.
Wait, they intentionally make it impossible.
Intentionally. Not for the average person, but for 99% of people. Even the smartest kid in the class. Even their smartest grandma.
Okay, but when I see that question, I just feel deflated. Like I didn't study enough.
Yeah.
How do they justify that?
That's such a good question. It's the difference between how you experience it and the scientific reason it's there. Without that impossibly hard question, they can't measure anything accurately at the very top.
It's like trying to measure something tiny with a giant ruler.
Perfect analogy. The tool isn't sensitive enough. If the hardest question is just a level 9 and all the top students get it right, oh, the test has failed.
It hasn't separated them.
It hasn't. So they have to include a level 10 question, or even a level infinity question. They need what scientists call statistical separation.
Statistical separation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the jargon, but why should we care about it?
We care because it means the impossible question isn't a reflection on you, it's a tool for them. They need to create that perfect bell curve of scores.
A few low scores, a lot in the middle, and a few high scores.
And without that super hard question, all the top scores just bunch up at the end. The test breaks. It can't do its job of finding out who the most skilled people really are.
Wow. Okay, that actually makes me feel so much better. It's not a personal failure, it's just a mechanism.
Precisely. And this whole idea, this need for extremes, it leads to this other brilliant trick that test designers use. They borrow it straight from a scientist's playbook.
Oh, this is the part I found fascinating. Dr. Neymotin says when he sees a big, scary scientific equation, he doesn't panic.
No, he plays a game with it. He stretches it to its absolute limits.
He asks, okay, what if I make this number 0?
Right, what happens to the whole theory? And then he does the opposite. What if I make this number huge, like infinity huge?
And if the theory still works at both 0 and infinity, he knows it's solid.
It's a way to test how robust it is. And guess what? Tests are built with the exact same idea.
They stretch the difficulty.
From super easy, that's the 0 difficulty question, all the way up to practically impossible, the infinity difficulty question.
So that's why some questions look like they came from another galaxy.
Yes, they are the infinity question. They're just a data point designed to make sure all the other scores are placed correctly on the map.
So instead of thinking, I can't solve this, you can just think.
Ah, I see you. You're the infinity question.
And then you just move on. You don't get stuck on the one step that was designed to be a leap too far.
You save all that mental energy for the steps you can climb, which I think brings us to the most important message in this whole deep dive.
Yes, the big secret. The thing that should immediately lower that anxiety.
Okay, so listen closely to this. The big takeaway is this. You are not supposed to solve all the questions.
Let's just repeat that. You are not meant to get everything right.
Nobody does. Not even that kid who can solve a Rubik's Cube behind their back. If the test is well designed, a perfect score should be almost impossible. It would mean the test wasn't hard enough.
That's a huge relief.
Oh,
We're all taught that 100% is the goal.
but the goal isn't perfection. The goal is just doing your best on the questions you can reasonably reach.
So if we kind of zoom out, this also tells us about the test's real purpose, right? It's not some final judgment on who you are.
Not even close. A good test is a placement tool. It's made to spread everyone out on that curve.
So teachers and schools can see who needs a bit more help, who's got it down, and who's ready for the next challenge.
It helps everyone figure out what comes next.
The impossible questions are there for the system's benefit.
Exactly. Not to defeat the student. You're just giving the system some data. And once you really believe that, you stop wasting time panicking.
Which naturally leads to this bigger secret grown-up truth that Dr. Neymotin talks about.
Yeah.
It's about what happens after the test.
Right. This is for everyone thinking about the next big step, like college or a special program. So many people believe they have to get into the absolute fanciest, sparkliest, most
Unicorn-powered school.
unicorn-powered school, yes. They think that's the only way to become a genius or a success.
And that idea is...
It's just totally wrong, and it causes so much stress for no reason.
Success is so much more about what you do than where you went to school.
The evidence is everywhere. I mean, think about Elon Musk. He was building real rockets long before there were any, elite space schools to attend. His genius was in the application.
Or what about the heart of the tech world? Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg.
Both left college early. Their success wasn't measured by finishing a degree. It was measured by what they built. Microsoft, Facebook.
It's not just tech. He brings up someone like Maya Gabera, the big wave surfer. She learned more from the ocean than any textbook. Or Malala.
Malala Yousafzai, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, a global leader. Her power came from courage and a mission, not from sitting in a fancy classroom.
The pattern is so clear when you look for it. It all comes back to this one idea.
It's not the school that makes you special.
It's you who makes you special. Your drive, your curiosity. That's what really matters. Way more than one test score.
So yeah, the grown-up secret is that some of the coolest people in the world, they didn't really follow the standard path. Shh, don't tell the parents.
It's a great way to take some of that pressure off.
For sure.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, let's just make Dr. Neymotin's advice super practical for the next time you're facing a test and that little squirrel starts twitching.
All right, just remember the 3 types of questions. Think about the staircase.
Okay, number 1, the easy questions. They're just the warm-up.
Do them, get them right, build your momentum.
Number 2, the hard questions. These are for stretching your brain.
Give them your best shot, but don't let them eat up all your time.
And number 3, the impossible questions. The infinity questions.
They aren't meant for you to solve. Give yourself permission to just skip them. Know that they've already done their job just by being there.
So the main advice is just relax.
Relax. Breathe. Do your best on what you can. And he adds one last tip, which he says all scientists know is crucial.
Which is?
After you've stretched your brain that hard, reward yourself with something delicious.
I can definitely get behind that advice.
Scientists do it all the time. It's hard work thinking that much. You have to celebrate the effort.
It really does change everything. Thinking about a test as a scientific procedure instead of a personal judgment.
It really does. Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. If test designers build these challenges that push you to your limits, to those infinity questions, what challenge could you create for yourself outside of school that tests you in the same way?
Oh, that's interesting. So what's your personal infinity question?
Exactly. Maybe the real test isn't about facts at all. Maybe it's about courage. Maybe you should try to build that mini rocket or learn that impossible language.
Or tackle some problem that tests your resilience. The things a multiple choice test can't even begin to measure.
Find your own giant step and take it.
Until next time, keep diving deep.